Hi everybody and welcome to this week's tune-in. Wait. Yes, I know I'm interrupting my own video, but this week's Tune-In Tuesday has to go on pause because I've got a very important message for all of you watching that are either 18 to 30 years old or you know somebody that's 18 to 30 years old. That should be about everybody watching. So in the past, you may have heard me talking about the 18 to 30-year-old generation, my generation, as the forgotten generation. Because, when we talk about systemic issues like climate change, we talk about the adults that are going to hopefully implement policy and legislation to help mitigate these issues or instigate positive change. And then we talk about the children, the next generation, who will be affected by these issues if they're not solved. But what about the people in the middle? The 18 to 30-year-olds that aren't true adults but are also not children. What about them? We're forgotten. Well, for this week's Tune-In Tuesday, I'm here to tell you about an opportunity for 18 to 30-year-olds to have their voices heard at the highest level of decision making. The Y7 is the youth engagement group for the G7, and this year I have the true privilege of working as a youth forum member of the Y7 in the climate and environment policy track. Now, the Y7 is responsible for running consultations with young people across the G7 countries. Now, this is in order for us to compile the voice of young people and their key concerns and policy areas that they want changing. Now, to help this consultation period, we are running a survey throughout the whole of the UK, and other G7 countries are running their own surveys. Now, this survey will compile as many voices as possible, and it is running until the 14th of March. So do not hesitate. The link for the survey is in the description of this video. So please answer the survey and have your voice heard. But there is another opportunity as well to have your voice heard and to hash out these issues in more detail. Now, the Y7 is also running focus groups. Now, if you'd like to book yourself a slot to be joining one of these focus groups, they're running throughout the whole of March, and the link again is in the description. Now, I must put emphasis on the fact that this is a very unique opportunity for young people to have their voices heard, and it's not just about climate and the environment. That's just one of the 4 policy tracks. There's also economy, health and digital and technology. So even if you're not too passionate about the environment, there is something for everybody, and everybody must do something to have their voice and concerns heard. So that's it for me on the Y7 front at the moment and some of those opportunities, and there'll be more opportunities coming before the summit in May. But there's something else that I want to say before I sign off this week. So yesterday it was International Women's Day, and you know, from last year and the year before and the year before that, I'm not going to go the International Women's Day week without bringing it up. So for this week's Tune-In Tuesday, I'm going to set myself a challenge. I've just seen on social media that some other people have tried to name as many inspirational women as possible in a minute. So before I sign off this week's Tune-In Tuesday, I am going to try and name as many inspiring women as possible in a minute. So looking at the clock on my phone, if I start now in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so goodness, my mum, my grandmas, all the women in my family, Jo Ruxton, Beck McCowan-Brown, Jen Smith, Vicky Klein, Amy Murray, Anne Leonard, Sarah Hodge, Kelly Moyes, Becky Thomas, all of the girls in the Women in Conservation Committee, Sylvia Earle, Pat Smith, Kirsty Edwards, Chloe Hurst, Carol Hurst, Lizzie Daly, Nina Constable, Gemma Wearing, Janine Bisson, Carolyn Cadman, Ruth Williams, oh my goodness, this is so hard, Sam Underhay, so many, all of my lovely friends, Jane Goodall. Have I said Pat Smith? She can go in there again because she's amazing. 5 seconds. Natalie from Clean Our Seas, Amy Bray, Sarah Nelms, I've run out of time, Emily Duncan, and basically every single woman in my life. You are so inspiring, and I literally owe so much to you. So thank you for being my mentors, my friends, my support network. Thank you so much. And if there is a woman that you would like to put spotlight on following this video, then why not tag them in and say thank you for everything that they have done to support you in your life. So thank you so much for watching this week's Tune In Tuesday. Do not forget to take this opportunity to have your voice heard, because who knows, you might have a concern that affects all young people that we haven't thought about. So make sure you answer the survey, join a focus group and have your voice heard. So until next week, take care and stay safe.